This is Copper 90, and these are the top 10 football traitors ever.
Number 10.
Manuel Neuer was Schalke through and through. As a kid, he used to stand on their Nordkurve with their ultras. He played at every age group of his hometown club and would go on to captain the first 11. He was universally loved. That was until 2011, when he announced he was moving to rivals Bayern Munich. In his final year with the club, he may have helped Schalke win the German Cup, but when parading the trophy with his team around town, Neuer was slapped in the face by one fan as he faced a huge backlash. His move also divided many Bayern fans who refused to accept their new signing. But this was soon forgotten, as with Neuer in goal, Bayern would dominate at home and in Europe. Number 9.
Having led Leeds United to the first division title, it came as a great shock to Leeds fans when CANTONA joined their bitter rivals Manchester United for only 1.2 million. The rest, as they say, is history. And as the mercurial Frenchman proved to be the missing link for United as he helped lead them to their first title in 26 years. In among karate-kicking fans talking rubbish about seagulls and trawlers, CANTONA would play his part in 4 Premier League titles before retiring from football to become a beach footballer and an actor. Number 8.
Roberto Baggio not only had the greatest ponytail in football, but he was revered during his 5-year spell at Fiorentina, which saw him cement himself a fan favourite. He almost single-handedly took Fiorentina to the UEFA Cup final in 1990, where they lost to bitter rivals Juventus. But worse was to follow for Viola fans, when soon after Baggio made the move to Juve. The Fiorentina fans were so incensed there were 2 full days of riots on the streets of Florence, where 50 people were injured, and any ponytails in tribute to the great man were cut off.
Number 7. Next up is Ashley Cole, for his move from Arsenal to Chelsea in 2006. Cole seemingly had it all, a pop star girlfriend and playing for the team he supported as a boy. But amid allegations of being tapped up and meeting Chelsea officials behind Arsenal's back, the England left-back swapped red for blue. Arsenal fans' disappointment soon turned to anger, and Cole earned himself the nickname Cashley by claiming he rejected Arsenal's contract because he felt it wasn't paying him enough, declaring their offer of $55k a week almost made him drive off the road in shock. Cole did nothing to endear himself to the British public by later splitting up with the nation's sweetheart, Cheryl Cole.
At number 6 is Mo Johnston. The Scottish striker made 140 appearances for Celtic before joining French side Nantes. But upon his return to Scotland, he held a press conference saying Celtic were the biggest and only club for him, until a last-minute deal saw him switch allegiances to Rangers. As a Roman Catholic who went to a Protestant club, he became equally hated by both sets of fans, and in fear of an attack, he had to live in London and had 24-hour bodyguards. Number 5.
One of the greatest strikers ever, the original Ronaldo, also had no concept of the words club loyalty. Although he never moved directly from one rival to another, Ronaldo is the only player in history to have played for both Barcelona and Real Madrid, as well as both Inter Milan and AC Milan. So maybe we can expect him one day to come out of retirement and play for Argentina.
Number 4. Next up, and while not a player, but deserving of his place on the list, is everyone's favourite wheeler-dealer manager, Harry Redknapp. After taking Portsmouth into the Premier League, a season later, Harry fell out with the club owner and resigned, only to turn up a few weeks later at bitter South Coast rival Southampton. But after just over a year at the Saints, Harry resigned again, and only to end up a few weeks later at, yep, you've guessed it, Portsmouth. Redknapp eventually jumped ship again at Portsmouth to join Tottenham, which in turn upset West Ham fans. Terrific work, Harry. Number 3.
Carlos Tevez was loved at Man United. While on loan there, he helped United win successive Premier League titles, scoring 34 goals along the way as he became a firm fan favourite. But when it came to a permanent move, Tevez chose the blue side of Manchester as he rejected United's offer to join cross-town rivals Manchester City. To further anger United fans, Tevez played a key role in City's Premier League title and mocked Sir Alex Ferguson at their victory parade to boot. Sadly for Carlos, he failed to realise the weather and food would be the same wearing a blue shirt and was equally unhappy.
Number 2, Luis Figo's transfer to Real Madrid from Barcelona in 2000 not only made him the most expensive player in the world at the time, but probably the most hated footballer on the planet as well. So when he returned for El Clasico, Barca fans were waiting to bombard the former darling of the Camp Nou with anything they could get their hands on, including a severed pig's head. After the game, the Barcelona director accused the Madrid media of making the whole thing up, arguing that it couldn't have been a Barcelona fan as they don't even eat pig in Catalonia. Likely excuse. And at number 1.
Top of the pile, and the ultimate Judas has to be Sol Campbell and his switch from Spurs to bitter North London rivals, Arsenal. It isn't so much what he did, but the way he did it. Despite being at Spurs since he was 15, club captain and one club man, Campbell had promised Spurs fans he would stay at the club despite stalling on contract negotiations as his deal ran out. But when it came to the crunch, the lure of money and winning trophies saw him switch to the red side of London, where he would become part of the Invincibles team